In order to bisect the line AB, the first step is to put the pointed part of the compass at point A, and then open the compass to a width which is more than half of the line. So we can open it to about there. We are then going to draw an arc going from the top to the bottom. We are now going to put our compass at point B without changing the width of the compass, and we're going to do a similar arc from point B, going all the way from the top to the bottom. As we can see, both our arcs intersect at the top and the bottom, so we are now going to use a ruler to draw a line which goes through both of these points of intersection. So what we have now done here is we have drawn a perpendicular bisector which divides the line AB into two equal parts. Not only does it divide AB into two equal parts, but we also have formed a perfect 90-degree angle between the bisector and line AB. So this same technique can be used both for drawing a perpendicular bisector as well as for constructing a 90-degree angle. The second thing that we are going to look at is how to bisect an angle, meaning how to split the angle into two equal parts by using a compass and a ruler. So the first thing we're going to do is to get our compass and put it right where both the lines that make the angles meet. So at the pointed part there, we are going to open our compass just to a small distance, about there, and we are going to draw an arc on both of these lines that are making the angle. Without changing the width, we are now going to put the compass where the line intersects the arc. So we are going to draw another arc by first putting our compass at this point, and we are going to do the same thing by putting the compass where the arc intersects the bottom line. So we can now see that the second set of arcs that we drew are intersecting each other. And what we now have to do is just take a ruler and draw a line going from the part where both the lines meet through the point of intersection of those arcs. So what we have done here is that we have now bisected our angle into two equal parts. The next thing we are going to look at is how we can construct a 45-degree angle. Previously, we've already looked at how to construct a 90-degree angle, and after that we've also looked at how to bisect any angle. So in order to construct a 45-degree angle, we would first have to construct a 90-degree angle, and after we have constructed the 90-degree angle, we would have to bisect the 90-degree angle. So to construct the 90-degree angle, we can start by drawing a straight line and then using our compass, as we previously saw, to extend the width of the compass to more than half and drawing an arc from top to bottom. Without changing the width, we are now going to put the compass on the other end of the line and draw a similar arc from top to bottom. And we are now going to use a ruler just to join the 2 points of intersection. So what we have done here is we have now constructed a 90-degree angle. And in order to construct a 45-degree angle, we would have to simply bisect the 90-degree angle. So if this is our 90-degree angle, we would now take our compass and put it at the corner of the 90-degree angle. We would then draw an arc on the first line that's making the angle and the second line that's making the angle. So that is our first set of arcs, and to do the second set of arcs, we would now take the compass and without changing the width, do another arc in the middle there, and again put the compass on the bottom line and do a second arc in the middle as well. So as we can see, the two yellow arcs in the middle are intersecting, and what we now have to do is take a ruler and draw a line from the point of intersection of the arcs to the corner of the right angle. And what we now have there is a 45-degree angle. So we are now going to look at how to construct a 60-degree angle. For a 60-degree angle, we first have to draw a line using a ruler. We then need to take the compass and put it at one end of the line and open the width of the compass such that it is just as long as the line that we have drawn. And after that, we are going to draw an arc at the top of the line. Without changing the width, we are going to put the compass on the other end of the line and draw another arc at the top. So as we can see, both the arcs that we drew are intersecting at the top. So what we now need to do is take a ruler and draw a line from the point of intersection of the arcs to the end of the line. And what we have now drawn there is a 60-degree angle. We can use this 60-degree angle to construct a 30-degree angle. We've previously looked at how to bisect an angle, and we know that if we have 60, we can get 30 by dividing by 2. So once we have constructed our 60-degree angle, we simply need to bisect it in order to get a 30-degree angle. So if we again take our compass, put it at the corner of the angle, and draw the first set of arcs on both the lines. Without changing the width of the compass, we draw a second set of arcs in the middle of the angle from both sides. So all we have done is bisected our 60-degree angle. Now if we take the ruler, we can draw a line from the corner of the angle going through the point of intersection of those arcs. And what we have now got here is a 30-degree angle right here. So what we have done to construct the 30-degree angle is first drawn a 60-degree angle and then bisected the 60-degree angle in order to get the 30-degree angle.